we are at a really important time in humanity because, and everyone is aware of this, there is such a humongous wave of awakening that's going across the globe. There's so many people that are looking into the nature of our reality to find a way of being that's better than it's been in the past. Because we've tried so many different strategies from the mind to try and fix all the problems of the mind. But the solution for the mind's problems cannot be found within the mind. It's as simple as that. You try to fix all these things that we have within the world and within ourselves, and we use different mental strategies to try and achieve this. And they produce results, but there's always something else, and they're never quite complete in their solution. So what's happening is that people are becoming more interested at looking at the mind itself and where that comes from. And this is nothing new. This is an ancient historical practice, all the way back to the Buddha and beyond and before the Buddha, about looking at the nature of mind. So it's really, really very simple. And I want to just start with the absolute basics. And I don't mean basics like it's simple. I mean the foundation of who we are as beings. And it's so simple, right? It's so simple. There's only two things that have ever existed. And there is our awareness and everything else, right? And I know it seems weird to split them into these two categories, but the reason why is awareness is primary. And that means to know all of this experience, the colors in this room, the sound of my voice, the thoughts that are accompanying it, your body in this chair or the cushions, relaxing, to know all of these appearances, you need to have awareness. And to know awareness, you need to have all these appearances. Without the appearances, awareness is just a non-conceptual void, right? It's something you cannot experience. You can never really fully experience awareness because it isn't a thing, but you know it by this rendition of this display, this bright and beautiful display that unfolds unceasingly before us. So we spend most of our lives learning that this display is separate from us. We learnt this from when we're born, that you are a thing, your name is Jenny, that's your toy, this is your family, that's your house, that's your culture, that's over there. And then maybe there's some bias. We don't like them, but we do like those. And we learn this separation as children, but it's inseparable. You cannot separate awareness from the appearances. And what this means is when you get down to the very foundation of being a human and all of this confusion that we have around our lives, there's something that's very simple. The very, very basic statement that you can say as a human is, I am aware. It's so simple. I am aware. This doesn't require a culture. It doesn't require intelligence. It doesn't require money. It doesn't require any of these things that we use to divide us. It's the basic fundamental premise of a human. I am aware. And when you rely on that, you become supremely confident, because you may not know the answers to all of these questions that we have, but you can always go to that place where you say to yourself, I am aware. And that's the foundation of being a human. And what's so funny about it is that simplicity, because it is super simple, unleashes so much power in your life. To begin to rely on that awareness. Because once you recognize that the only thing you can say is I am aware, and if all of the appearances are only known through awareness, then the next evolution of that is I am awareness. I am what I perceive. I am all my thoughts. I am all my desires. I am all the things that I run away from. I am all the things that cause me suffering. I'm all the things that give me joy, right? So what this does, we've got a new friend coming. You can just come in, push. There you go, just a little bit harder. There you go, take a seat. So once you recognize that you are awareness, how your interaction with your environment changes is everything begins to soften, right? So I'll give you an example. So I just was outside tidying the deck and I dropped the trampoline on my toe. And that used to really, really hurt, right? And it still hurts, but because I identify with awareness as my root of my being and not my body, it hurts in a way that's enlivening. Like it basically says, you are awake, rather than, ow, right? Ow, my bloody toe, I've done it again, I'm so clumsy. I always hit my toe with the trampoline or whatever. So rather having that conversation with yourself, it just goes, I'm awake, right? It still hurts. I'm not trying to deny that there are a physical body, that it appears at least. There is a rendition of physical body, but this happens with everything in your life. Now, the path of studying this type of information isn't so that your toe doesn't hurt when you hit it with a trampoline, right? That's not the goal. There isn't a goal. It's just coming into recognition that this freedom, as little as that is available in all areas of your life, in all areas of your life, in things you can't control, in parts of your life you've been unable to change, in your care for people that you cannot help and the frustration that goes with that. When you start to get a sense that you are awareness, you are all the appearances that appear, you are the great manifester of all the entire vista of this display. It's continually unfolding in your current experience and self-releasing in the here and now. It is the most fluid existence that's possible. And we don't always see it because we're so busy thinking about the thoughts that we're having and looking at ourselves as the center of the universe, rather than the universe being an open plane and I'm all of it. Like there is no Joe at the center of the universe. And then everything becomes less interesting the further away from myself we get. The entire universe is who we are. And this is not just someone spouting spiritual statements. Think about it, right? How can anything be without your own awareness? Anything you think of right now, think of a country, think of your parents, think of anything. It's all, you are primary. Your awareness is what's primary. And this is such a beautiful way to live because it starts to unleash a great compassion. Imagine if you feel that everybody is awareness and you are awareness too. And then you look at your own flaws. So say, for instance, I'm clumsy, I dropped the trampoline. Then when I see myself as awareness, I'm compassionate for that, which allows me to be compassionate for everybody. So this unification of all of us as awareness is an unleash of pure compassion. And you just start to love everybody as they are, because you do yourself. And this is why I believe this subject is becoming so prevalent in the entire world, is because it's needed more than ever. We have tried so many ways to find a solution, and we haven't tried this. And here's what's really funny, right? The very basis of this solution is to leave everything as it is. No wonder it's never seen, right? Think of any problem that you ever have. What is the first thing you do? Oh, let's see what we can do. Let's see, how can I fix this? Oh, let's try and do this. We really get into a thinking space where when you leave it as it is, you see it resolves. So an observation that you've all had, everyone in this room has had, but may never have examined, is every appearance, it appears as awareness. It abides as awareness, and then it subsides as awareness, and it never leaves. So as an example, I hit the trampoline on my toe. I'm so happy that happened actually. So I hit my trampoline on my toe, and the pain arises as awareness, and then it abides as awareness, and it subsides as awareness, and it never leaves awareness. So can you see how that makes it, even as it's blazing in its sharp pain, it's never crystallized as something that can harm me, because it is me. So the same wave moves through your mind stream, but it now has the quality of an adornment of your mind, a decoration of your mind, and a pain. It's not an external pain that hit my body. It's an adornment of my own mind. So it's beautiful in a way. It has a beautiful quality that goes unnoticed when we reify it into a separate thing. And the way that I really love to describe this, it's like if you're the shore, the seashore, and then there's the ocean, and there's a tsunami coming, and it's rushing towards the shore. It's a terrifying experience. And even the little waves every day are just annoying to the shore, moving the sand, eroding things, making things age, breaking things, these little waves. And we all know there's a tsunami out there called death that's rushing in. So it's a terrifying experience to live life as the shore. So what these talks are about is just recognizing you're the ocean. So what would an ocean care about a tsunami? It's just like, wow, look at that one, right? It's with awe, yeah, with awe. And the little waves is just its dynamic energy. So these thoughts you have all day, let's go through some. I'm sad, I'm happy, I'm alone, I'd like to be with that person, I wish I could have that job, that sucks. It's just constant thoughts of things. It's so exhausting when you're the shore, and every single one of those is a wave. And it could be a good wave or a bad wave. And sometimes, I sound like a surfer now, it's a great wave. So, and sometimes these waves, we love them. We're like, I really want that wave. And then what do? Try to hold that wave in place. Like say you find a great job that you like. You're like, oh, I really like this. And you try to fix a wave, and the company goes bust and you get fired, and the wave goes away, and now you're sad that wave has gone. And this is what we do. But when you recognize you're the ocean, and you live in a way whereby you just allow the ebb and flow of all the waves to do whatever they do, you are constantly in awe of this majestic display. It becomes like you no longer are focused on the descriptions of your life to find your bliss. The bliss is built in to the display. You love the display, right? I sometimes have this funny little thing I think about. It's like when I grew up in a council estate, and someone might get a new TV, and you go around their house, they're like, look at my new TV. It's like, look at this big new TV I got, right? I'm like, oh, that's awesome. They plug it in, and the picture's terrible because they've got a crappy aerial, and it's like, yeah, but look at the TV, mate. Like, this is what life can be like. Like the display becomes more beautiful than what's on the display. And this is the secret to freedom. This is the secret to freedom, by relaxing in that space where you are just enjoying the flow.